Hi, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your May 2022 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear this energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. First and foremost, before we do this, I would like to apologize for my voice. I do have a cold. And as we clear the energy space and we do this meditation, it will be accompanied by a loud sound. So let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. It's so interesting, Taurus. The imagery that kept coming up was one of those ancient statues of a woman with, an extended belly and her hands raised up over her head. And the words that came with it was celebrate what is being created now. So celebrate what you are creating now and how this creation is moving you forward. It's interesting because Spirit is also saying that there's a disjoint at times between celebrating what is being created and feeling almost like everything is spiraling out of control. So just be mindful that part of creation is chaos. That's what Spirit is saying here. So let's look at the energy that we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. That is the Six of Cups. We're going to have a tendency during this time to look a lot in the past and to live a lot in the past. So just be very mindful of this, that it's actually going to be detrimental for us. And then we have our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is universal light. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. There's a beauty to us. There's a brilliance to us that needs to shine forward. And this light is a part of us. Also, with the Six of Cups coming forward here, there are words from the past. There are things that happened in the past. They're going to be playing in our heads a lot. It's like, oh, this always happens. Or, somebody's words that were very hurtful or hateful come up and we think, well, maybe they were right. That's why the universal light is also shining so brightly within us, because it's saying, let yourself shine, let yourself be brilliant, let yourself move forward, because the past doesn't get to have that hold on you anymore. Let's look at what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. We have the Six of Wands, the Moon, Neptune, and the 10 of Swords. So it's very interesting. The Moon rules Cancer. Cancer time period, June 21st to July 22nd. Why that's coming up is because the imagery that came forward, or the words that came forward from Spirit, were look at the Cancer time period and tell it to Taurus. So what that means is that we're going to see ourselves taking aim, and there's going to be a battle coming to an end by that time. For a lot of Taurians, there's going to be a battle coming to an end June 21st to July 22nd. And it's like it's taken aim, and the face of what we were facing, what we were having to fight against, is changing. It's not that it changes and now we have to fight against this enemy. It's that the situation has changed. Now we're going to see ourselves focusing on something very different than what we had been focusing on before. It moves us to Neptune. Things are going to be a little bit more abstract. This is going to be a time to kind of imagine, think, open up our mind. Neptune is the lord of the unseen world, and it's going to be the unseen world, meaning that if somebody says, well, show it to me, I want to see it physically, you won't be able to do it. it's a concept, it's an idea that's coming forward. It's kind of like, it's a rough sketch, or a few words that'll become a poem, a book, or, a rough sketch that will become a masterpiece, or a few chords in a song that will, a few notes tumbling around in your head that will become a song. And it can even be just this idea that becomes a scientific breakthrough, or, that's it. Like this, it's a voice that leads, and it's saying it leads in medicine, it leads in science, it leads us forward. So there's going to be something where it's inspirational. You need to follow it forward. And it doesn't mean to be all experimental and go into dangerous territory. What it means is to listen to this voice, listen to this guidance, and let the doors open. Let the doors open, because we're going to be surprised. Spirit is saying that there's an abstraction to you. There's a way of looking at things that's not going to fall into, I'm just seeing like a clock being taken apart, but all the gears still working. So it's a sense of, it's going to be deconstructed in the way that most people would see it, and yet it's still going to be able to work. It's going to be astoundingly inspiring. It's going to be different though. So when you're trying to explain it to other people, they're not going to see it. You might have to wait till everything comes together, or, talk to different people, because they're not seeing the bigger picture. With the Ten of Swords, you're overthinking something. I mean, this is coming through loud and clear. Overthinking, overanalyzing, really kind of diving too deeply into it. Be aware of that. With the Ten of Swords, there's something here, some thoughts that are very overwhelming coming forward. We need to kind of nip that in the bud. There is also the energy with the Ten of Swords of the darkness before the dawn, of the sense of having to, I'm just seeing a whole bunch of books. It's kind of like doing a research paper, right? A whole bunch of books, having to do all the research, obtain all the knowledge, and then, put it forward, and then bring it forward. That's the energy that's here. It's kind of like you need all the knowledge, and it's painful. It's painful to acquire. And it doesn't mean that it has to be from books. It can be from living, where you needed to learn these lessons. Now you're going to see it put into practice. You're going to see the why behind so much. It moves us then to go deeper into the tarot. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. We have the Eight of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Four of Wands. So with the Eight of Cups, it's interesting, because with the Ten of Swords, we're acquiring this knowledge, right? This is going to be a time where knowledge is astoundingly important. But again, it has been hard won. And that knowledge that we've accumulated, it leads us on a different path. And I'm seeing hesitant steps. So it's like, okay, I have to move forward in this, but I don't want to. It's like, I'm afraid of taking these steps. I'm afraid of moving forward this way. I'm afraid of going after this. So we have to acknowledge that fear, because it will hold us back. But I almost see a door opening to us, and it's like, are you ready for this adventure? So there's also a sense that not many people can follow where we're going. There's a sense of having to do it on your own. And I don't know why that's coming through so strongly, but it's kind of like, I have to stand for me. And it can be, Taurus, that you're just so used to holding up so many other people that now Spirit is saying, what about you? Like, what about just standing in your power and for yourself? It moves us to the Two of Cups. This is healing, beautiful love. This is unity. This is success. This is bounty coming in. And that's what Spirit is showing. It's showing a connection with something greater. It's like, oh, now that I've walked away, now that I've set down, guidelines, really clear guidelines, now I'm able to heal. Now I'm able to embrace what I love, what I need, what I want, what's important to me. And as that door opens, excuse me, with the Four of Wands, there's a real sense of, this is what I'm successful at. This is where I shine. This is where I'm supposed to be. And that moves us to a brilliance. That moves us to a place of the door opening. With the Four of Wands, this is a celebration. This is a celebration within work. And that's what I really see. That's what Spirit is showing. It's like, it's time to celebrate our work. It's time to celebrate how hard we work, how much we move ourselves forward, how determined we are. And as we celebrate this, we see ourselves. We open up to ourselves more and more and more. But it's also connecting. It's like realizing our core group. Taurus, we have a core group. We have people I'm just hearing ride or die, which I think is kind of funny. And there are people who will stand by us. Or, yeah, they will stand by us. They love us. They always love us. They always care for us. And even if right now we're having a hard time seeing those people, there's our angels, there's our spirit guides around us. But there is something here where it comes, and this could be people from the spirit world. I just keep on seeing Scorpio. Scorpios from the spirit world. Okay? Or shadows from the spirit world, which I don't know if like you catch glimpses of something out of the corner of your eye. That's somebody telling you, like, yeah, I'm seeing you. I'm connecting with you. Like, I got your back, type of thing. And as they have your back, but they say, I got your back. They're very, it's somebody that so they're very informal with you. Yeah, Scorpio, just keep on being drawn to Scorpio. And it's a person, okay? So that needs to be acknowledged. They want you to know that they're there with you. They also want you to know that they're looking at the secrets of things. Like they're showing me lifting up a curtain and looking deeper. So what you can't see, they're seeing, and they're guiding you towards that. So somebody's going to be like, how do you know that? How did you get that information, type of thing? It's because of this person. They're really connecting with you. Okay? So let's go deeper. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. We have the Devil, Capricorn energy, the Ace of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Lovers, Gemini energy, the High Priestess, and the Ten of Pentacles. Can you see all that? Okay. So what we're starting out here with the Devil is there's an energy, and I just see this as chains. Like swimming with the fishies just keeps on coming up, like swimming with the fish. Yeah, they wouldn't say fishies. It's an energy that has taken a lot from you, but this person says it in a very kind of like, it's like a gangster movie type of way. I don't know if they really like gangster movies or what's going on there, but there's a sense of they wanted you swimming with the fish, but you're too stubborn for that. So it's not anything bad or anything hurtful or harmful. It's just that this person wanted to see you destroyed, and you're not giving them that opportunity. They're ticked at you. Okay? They're ticked at you for rising and not being knocked down. So just be aware of that there's somebody around you. There's some sort of energy around you that wanted to see you trip, fall, fail. Okay? And I see this as somebody that you work with. Somebody has a really tight, this could be an ex also. Like this is just a really vengeful person who wants to see themselves succeed so much that they don't think anybody else can. Like they want to be that benevolent godfather, fairy godmother type of energy where they bestow all the blessings and they hold all the cards. So just be aware of that energy because it's coming through rather strong, that if there's somebody like that from our past, they are coming forward now. And, if we're working with somebody like that, they're just going to have their little jibes. They're going to have their little jibes because they're jealous. They're jealous and they're angry. With the Ace of Swords, this is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift of knowledge, insight, ideas. But there's also a clarity of voice. I just see a booming voice. So I don't know if your voice is gaining in resonance, Taurus, if you're, looking at things in a different way and now speaking with more confidence because you know more. But there's a deeper confidence to your voice and to yourself. Let that voice shine forward. Okay? Don't hold back your words because there's going to be a sense of, well, I can't say that. And Spirit's saying, why? If it's not anything that's going to cause a big fight, say what you need to say. That's going to be important. Or even if you just need to say it to yourself, like, I disagree with that person. And maybe you can't disagree with them, in the workplace, but you can say, that's not right. And make a stand for yourself, in yourself, type of thing. With the Four of Swords, you're working too hard. Okay? You're sacrificing your rest to get everything else done. But you don't want to be seen as lazy. So there's a double-edged sword here, right? You don't want to be seen as lazy, but you need to rest. You're not going to be seen as lazy. If somebody does pull that card, they're manipulating you. Okay? They're manipulating you. They're taking advantage of you. If they say you're lazy because you're starting to take time for yourself or you're starting to make clear boundaries, know that that person is toxic, okay? Just be really aware of that. With the Lovers, now, if you're born on the cusp with Gemini, the Gemini side of you is just going to come out really, really strong. Or if you have Gemini within your chart, it's going to come out really, really strong. And Taurus, that can kind of tick you off because you're going to want things to be grounded. And yet Gemini is going to be like, oh, what about this? And what about that? And what about this? So just know that. If you have a Gemini in your life, this person is going to be like, well, what about this? And what about that? And what about this? They're going to annoy you. You love them to pieces, but just be aware that they're having you look at different things and Spirit's saying it's for a reason. It's for a reason. You need a little bit of the silly in your life. There's also a sense of embracing what you love, embracing what brings you passion, what brings you insight, what brings you joy. That's going to be really, really, really important here. There's two sides to everything. So you're seeing something up to a certain point, and then it's almost like I'm just seeing the baton being passed. Another person is seeing something deeper. So be very aware of that. You're not seeing the full story, and somebody is keeping it that way. So just be aware. I don't see this as being manipulative or anything like that. I just see like it's almost like you're not supposed to know, so you're not going to know type of thing. So be very aware that you don't have the full story. You may very well wind up getting the full story. You may not. Okay? So just be aware that somebody here is like, I know more, or I see the bigger picture. Trust me, type of thing. There's love, there's passion, there's insight, but there's somebody that we're going to be working with and they can go further than we can. And there's also a sense of, I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this. Excuse me. There's something that we're astoundingly passionate about. We've put so much of ourselves into it that actually letting it go to the next step, that's going to be kind of hard. So being aware of that is going to be important because we're almost going to hold ourselves back because we're unsure of what the next step is and we don't have that control. So being aware is going to be important. The High Priestess is coming through. And the High Priestess, I don't see this as anybody else, though. Okay, so as I say that, Spirit's saying, well, it is this person here. There is a person who has deeper insight, okay? I just see this as a very soft-spoken, it's not soft-spoken. I think she has a lot of, and I see it very much, is it a she? I see it very much presenting as strong feminine energy, okay? So whomever this is, they're a nurturer. They're somebody who wants to see things grow and nurture. They have a way with animals, with children. They take awe in the little things, okay? So they'll always comment about the sunset or about the flowers or, about the birds or something like that. They're just, they see beauty where other people usually are too much in their own heads. So being aware of that is going to be important. With this High Priestess, with this energy, they're going to say something. And this person can give deeper guidance. But they're going to say something in passing that's going to have you looking at something very differently. Okay? So being aware of that is going to be important. This person says something that is important, but it's something it's said in a fleeting way. So you might not grab it instantaneously, but it is said and it's going to stick with you. It's going to go deeper into you. With the High Priestess, also, this energy is within yourself, Taurus. So there is a sense here of, I'm seeing beyond the mask that people are presenting. I'm seeing beyond what they thought I should see or what they thought I should say or how they thought I should be. So you're rocking the boat. You definitely are rocking the boat. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, right? Yeah. And that rocking of the boat, it brings you money. It brings you success. It brings you prosperity. It brings you to a place of wealth that lasts for generations. And I actually see it as the coffers filling, like the treasure chest filling with gold. There is something here where as you are obtaining the knowledge, as you're obtaining the information, your wealth grows. So it might not be, it's either money or something you value as much as money. It's like, this is worth the world to me. You're having that come forward. There is a real sense of, this is what I value, what I love, and what I have dedicated my life to. That is growing. That is growing in a way that is actually going to be surprising. And you have to be aware, because Spirit is saying here that there is this energy around you right now of, I'm getting so close to what it is that I really want that I can't get scared, overwhelmed, and kind of backtrack from it. So be aware of that. So let's dive deeper. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. Oop, 2 right here. Okay. So we have the Page of Swords. This is a time to ask questions. This is a time where we are astoundingly curious. We want to dive deeper. We want to know why. This is, this brings up air energy. Air is going to be very important. Air is very important, but I see it like we don't like the air to be stagnant. Having a fan on or having the windows open, it's going to actually help us to think more clearly, to see things differently. There is a sense here of ask the questions or write down your questions and look them up, because answers are going to be something that you really build your power off of during this time. And it's like you're asking really good questions. You might be embarrassed to ask the questions out loud, or it might not be an appropriate time. But the questions that are coming, write them down, jot them down, look them up, because the answers that you're going to get, you're going to be building something off of that. And I don't know exactly what. With the Queen of Cups, this is an energy that's coming from the heart. There's something here that you're nurturing. It's very funny because Spirit is saying they don't see you as nurturing, Taurus. They see you as kind of a hard ass, and excuse my language, but they do. But you are astoundingly nurturing. And if you pull away what was once growing, it stops to grow. It stops growing. So being very aware of that you are that nurturing force, that you are that loving, healing, beautiful light, and that you are relied upon more than you or others realize, because I'm just seeing this nurturing being such a part of you. It brings us then to the Eight of Swords. You're trapped in your own head. You're overthinking it. You're overanalyzing it. Stop, because you're going to think, oh, if I can think about it enough and if I can look at it from every single angle, I'll have the right answers. You'll actually you'll look yourself, excuse me, you'll overthink it so that the answers wind up going away. It's like, I'm just seeing like overworking the clay or overworking, the dough so it doesn't rise the way it's supposed to. You'll overwork it so that you think you're doing a really good thing, but it's too much. So step back and stop worrying. Stop worrying. I mean, I'm a master worrier. So when Spirit says stop worrying, it always speaks to my soul. So take it from me. Sometimes you just can't know everything and you can't be in control of everything. So step back. Step back. It will be okay. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Ace of Wands. We're going to think something is going in one direction. Again, I'm just seeing a sense of you don't have the full story. So you're going to think, oh, okay, this illumination is bringing me this way. You're going to be surprised at the twists and turns that your career, your life is heading. It's not a bad thing at all. It's actually going to be a very good thing, but it's kind of like be along for the ride. Don't think you have all the answers. With the chakra energy, this is the crown chakra. This is spiritual awakening. There's a real sense of connecting deeper with divine energy. And so this is a time to sit there and kind of ask, what does divinity want from me? Or to pray on it, to meditate on it. However we connect spiritually, that's going to be really important, because Spirit is saying, I'm right here with you. I'm connecting with you. I'm guiding you. We can do this. It brings us then to the Five of Wands. Subconsciously, okay, we're so ready for a fight because we've had so many fights, especially when it comes to career or when it comes to holding things together so that things can move forward, okay? Yeah. Getting everything in line, getting everybody taken care of. We're so used to fighting that we expect it. And Spirit is saying here, stop. Or it's not, yeah, it's stop fighting. It's stop fighting them, or stop, making other people's battles your battle, because you'll be like, okay, I can fight this for them, or I can help them out. There is a need for peace. There is a need for calm. You've fought for so long that it's draining you. It's starting to hurt the heart, the soul, the self. Be aware of this, okay? It moves us to the Two of Wands. There's a door opening. There's a way that we're moving forward. It's surprising. It's like, I didn't think of this. But we're also going to look at it and be like, are you sure? Like, are you sure? Like, there is something here where we're questioning. We're questioning where we want to be and how we want to move. And there's also a hesitance of stepping into a new role, stepping into a new success, into a new way of doing things. So there is something that we're learning, something that's coming forward. And yet when it's time to step into that role, it's like, ooh, can I do this? It moves us then to the Seven of Cups. Too many choices is just what I'm hearing. There are too many choices. You have to narrow it down. Or you have to step back and say what's really important. Because there's something here where you're picking from too much. Okay? And because there's so many choices, you're not looking at what's important. So there's going to be something here where we need to step back and we need to really kind of ask ourselves the important questions. It moves us then to the Five of Wands. Again, we have the Five of Wands coming up now twice subconsciously. And this is just showing us that we're really used to having to fight. Period. End stop. We're used to it being a battle. And now Spirit is saying here, it's time for it to stop. Because it's draining us. It's overwhelming. Especially with work. And again, it can be with getting the bills paid. It can be with, dealing with an ex and, child support, alimony, whatever it is. It's like, it's always a battle. It's always a battle. And Spirit's saying here, it's now time for that battle to be over. And it might not be that it ends, right? We might still have to be in that situation. But I'm not constantly going to have this energy of fighting draining me. I'm not. And I don't know if it's through meditation, if it's through talking to somebody, if it's through exercise or journaling, that the stress gets to be released. But it first and foremost needs to be acknowledged. Okay. All right, Taurus. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. Oh, wait. If it's not acknowledged, it's going to stagnate you in your career. It's going to stagnate you moving forward. So really, seriously, to acknowledge the stress that you've been under, however that's manifested, if it's through, again, career, or it just even maybe things haven't gone the way that we wanted them to, and we're juggling this many jobs, or, trying to do too many things, pulling ourselves in too many different directions. It's always a battle. And we've always seen it as a battle. There can even be a sense where when growing up, we always, got yelled at, I have to go to work, I have to put food on the table, type of thing. And it became something that was very stressful and very scary. And that's translated as we get older. Okay, now, Taurus, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty that is us. And that is this time and our success. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus. And may blessings and prosperity always be with you.